This is geometry lesson 6.5, arc length. I have a space for a formula here. The length of an arc equals L 2 times pi times radius times measure divided by 360. What this formula does is it takes an arc measure in degrees and it turns it into a fraction of a circle and then multiplies it by the circumference of the circle. This translates that measurement in degrees into a length in feet or inches or centimeters, whatever measurement we have the radius in. I'm going to also write this formula backwards in case we want to find the radius. We would start with the length and just undo everything. So I'm going to divide it by 2, divide it by pi, divide it by the measure, multiply it by 360. We skip radius because that's what we're solving for, and we do every other operation the opposite. So either finding the length, which would be how long an arc is, or the radius of a circle going backwards. We're going to plug some values in some formulas and make sure we know how to use them. On my first one here, I have 36 feet, labeling my radius. I have 140 degrees, labeling the measure of arc GH. So I'm going to substitute those two values into my length formula. 2 times pi times the radius is 36 feet times the measure is 140 degrees divided by 360 degrees. Into the calculator we will go. That is 2 times pi times the radius times the measure divided by 360 is 88 feet. So if this circle has a radius 36 feet, that means this length here would be 88 feet. That's how far we would measure if we were using like a ruler or a tape measure, compared to 140 degrees is how much rotation there is around this circle. Let's try another one. The second example tells me the radius of the circle is 24 centimeters and the measure of angle BTA is 60 degrees. What is the length of arc AB? So my goal is to find out the measure and the length here. I have an inscribed angle of 60 degrees. So if you think back to lesson 6.3, if I want to bring that inscribed angle out to figure out the measure of the arc, I need to double it. So my arc is actually going to be 120 degrees. That's the value I'm going to use for m in my length formula. And I also have the radius given to me up here, so now we can plug and chug. 2 times pi times the radius times the measure divided by 360. 2 times pi times the radius times the measure divided by 360 tells me that this arc is about 50 centimeters. And one more example to use my radius formula. We're going to work backwards. If we know the length, figure out what the radius is. The length of ROT is 1/16 pi. What is the radius of the circle? To do that, I'm going to need the measure of this arc. I don't actually know the measure of this arc. I know the measure of arc RT, but the measure of arc ROT would be the difference from the rest of the circle, which is 360 degrees. So the measure of arc ROT is 240 degrees, and the length of arc ROT is 1/16 pi. So to get the radius, I need my length divided by 2 divided by pi divided by the measure of the arc times 360 degrees. So that will be 1/16 times pi divided by 2 divided by pi divided by 240 times 360 87 meters. That is it for the notes on this lesson. Good luck on the exercises, and please let me know if you have any questions.